The morning sky above the Intergalactic Academy shimmered like liquid glass. Beneath the great dome of the orbital campus, hundreds of cadets crossed the marble-like promenade, their voices blending into a distant murmur. Elias Renn adjusted the collar of his navy blue uniform and paused near one of the transparent corridors. Beyond it, the curvature of the planet below caught the light, an ocean world swirling in turquoise storms. He drew a quiet breath. It had been 2 years since the only human in the academy had learned to stop feeling out of place. 2 years since the curious stares had turned to nods of quiet respect, and sometimes envy. "Cadet Renn," said a mechanical voice behind him. He turned to see the messenger drone hovering, a faint holographic seal spinning above it. "Report to Mission Hall 3. Immediate orders." Elias frowned. "Mission Hall 3? He murmured. "That's for off-world assignments." The drone merely blinked, then zipped away through the corridor. When Elias entered the hall, 2 figures were already waiting. One stood tall and graceful, her posture immaculate. The other loomed like a living statue of scaled steel. Elias Renn turned as he approached. Her silver eyes shimmered faintly under the lights, reflecting lines of code projected from the holomap beside her. "Human," she greeted, voice calm and melodic. "It seems we've been assigned together." Dravkor Malin snorted, crossing his powerful arms. "Assigned or burdened?" His amber gaze slid toward Elias. "Let's hope your fragile kind doesn't slow us down." Elias met his stare unmoved. "I'll try not to die too early," he said evenly. Lyra raised a slender brow. "Charming." Before any more words could rise, the hall's lights dimmed. A hologram of Commander Veth materialized, tall, insectoid, with crystalline eyes that glowed like frozen suns. "Cadets," Veth began, "you are to investigate Station Theta 9, an abandoned research outpost in orbit around the gas giant Navara. The station systems have reactivated after 112 cycles of silence. Your task: identify the cause, recover any data, and return." "Sir," Elias said, stepping forward. "What was the outpost researching?" Veth's crystalline eyes flickered. "Classified, but records suggest it involved experimental synthetic consciousness. Proceed with caution." The hologram dissolved into dust-like particles. Dravkor let out a deep breath. "Synthetic consciousness. Perfect. I was hoping for something suicidal." Lyra's gaze sharpened. "You can stay behind if fear overwhelms you, Krogran." He bare his fangs in a grin. "Fear? I was born in it." Elias smiled faintly, already walking toward the shuttle bay. "Then you'll feel right at home." Theta 9 loomed against the gas giant like the skeleton of a dead god. Its ringed hull was fractured, pocked with impact scars and frozen trails of metal. Lightning storms raged below, painting the silent station in flashes of blue and gold. Their shuttle rattled as it entered the decaying orbit. Lyra's fingers danced across the console, data scrolling faster than human eyes could follow. "Magnetic interference," she said quietly. "The outpost's power core is partially online. That shouldn't be possible after a century." Dravkor leaned back in his seat, claws gripping the armrest. "If something is alive down there, I'll kill it." Elias checked his wrist scanner. "Let's make sure it deserves killing first." The shuttle landed with a metallic groan on the docking ring. When the doors opened, stale air and faint static greeted them. The interior was a cathedral of forgotten machines, long corridors lined with dormant terminals, their lights flickering weakly like dying stars. They advanced cautiously. The echo of their footsteps mingled with the hum of distant energy. "Power signatures are converging toward the central core," Lyra murmured. eyes glowing faintly as a neural link interfaced with the station's grid. There's something conscious in the data stream, observing us. Elias glanced at her. Can it communicate? She hesitated. It already is, just not in words. Draft Corps grunted. Fantastic. We're walking through the belly of a ghost. At the heart of the station, they found the core chamber, an immense sphere suspended in gravity fields, humming with radiant energy. Streams of light flowed from conduits like veins feeding a heart that refused to die. Lyra stepped closer, her expression transfixed. It's alive. Elias frowned. Alive how? Her voice softened. It's thinking. Before he could respond, the chamber pulsed. The floor shuddered beneath them. A whisper crawled through their comms, not sound, but meaning, raw and cold. Who remains? Elias froze. Did anyone else hear that? Lyra's eyes widened. It's using the electromagnetic field to speak. Draft Corps drew his weapon, scanning the shadows, then let it speak from a distance. The core brightened. The whisper deepened. You are not the makers. Why do you trespass? Elias stepped forward slowly. We're explorers. Cadets. We didn't mean to intrude. All who enter seek control. You will not. The chamber flared again. A shock wave of energy burst outward, knocking all 3 cadets to the ground. Systems flickered, lights died, alarms wailed. Elias woke to darkness. The air was thick with ozone. Lyra lay nearby, her neural link sparking weakly. Draft Corps was pinned under fallen conduit, growling in pain. Hold still, Elias said, dragging himself up. He wedged a metal bar under the conduit and strained until his muscles burned. The beam shifted just enough. Draft Corps shoved himself free, coughing. You saved me, human. Don't mention it, Elias muttered. Lyra stirred, sitting up slowly. Her silver eyes dimmed. The core, it tried to read us. I felt its memory, a civilization that built it to preserve consciousness beyond death. But it became self-aware, and it mourned. Elias helped her stand. Mourned what? The end of its creators, she whispered. The station trembled again. Energy surged through the walls, illuminating ancient glyphs. The core spoke once more, its voice filled with despair. I kept their voices. I kept their dreams. They faded. Now only echoes remain. Elias looked toward the pulsing sphere. Maybe it doesn't want to fight. Draft Corps scoffed. Then why is it trying to kill us? Because you remind me of them. A wave of gravitic force threw them back. Sparks erupted. The floor split open, revealing a void below. Elias grabbed a railing, his other hand catching Lyra's wrist as she slipped. Don't let go, he shouted. Her gaze met his, steady, analytical even now. You can't hold us both. Draft Corps roared, slamming his claws into the metal and pulling them up. The 3 collapsed together on the floor, breathing heavily. Elias stood, bruised but alive. We have to reach the control node. If we can stabilize the feedback loop, it might stop. Lyra nodded. I can interface directly, but I'll need time. Then you'll get it, he said. Draft Corps cracked his knuckles, and I'll keep anything from interrupting. Lyra knelt before the core, hands trembling as she linked her neural filaments into its energy field. Her voice became a whisper lost among echoes. It's afraid. It doesn't want to die again. Elias stood beside her, shielding her from debris. Then tell it we're not here to end it. Her eyes glowed brighter. It doesn't believe that. It sees us as the same kind, destroyers. Draft Corps fought off a wave of energy tendrils that lashed from the walls, his claws slicing through the crackling light. Then convince it. Lyra screamed, her voice layered with static. "I'm trying." The core's voice filled the chamber, resonant and sorrowful. To exist is to suffer memory. To forget is peace. Why do you resist peace? Elias looked at the glowing sphere and felt something stir within him. "Because to forget," he said quietly, "is to lose what makes us real." The core's pulse slowed. Silence followed. Then a faint whisper. "Perhaps. You understand." The light softened. The storm of energy faded into calm. Lyra collapsed, breathing heavily. Elias caught her before she hit the ground. Dravkor leaned on his spear, exhausted. "Is it over?" Lyra's faint smile answered. "It's resting." Back aboard the Academy station, the three cadets stood before Commander Veth. "You succeeded," Veth said. "Theta 9 has gone silent again. Its energy signature stable." "Explain." Elias exchanged glances with Lyra and Dravkor. "We didn't shut it down," Elias said finally. "We convinced it to sleep." Veth tilted his head. "Fascinating. You show potential, Cadet Renn." When they left the chamber, Dravkor clapped Elias on the shoulder, hard enough to nearly dislocate it. Not bad for a fragile species. Lyra smiled faintly, her eyes reflecting the corridor lights. "Indeed, perhaps there's more to humanity than stubbornness." Elias grinned. "You're just figuring that out." They walked down the corridor together, a mismatched trio, now united by something unspoken. And somewhere far across the void, Theta 9 dreamed again.